Quitter's Day. Are you familiar with Quitter's Day? I wasn't until this week. It's a thing. We're going to talk about it this morning. First of all, Happy New Year. How are you guys doing? So good to be back. Good to be hanging out with you. Hope you guys had a wonderful New Year's. Our holiday was very, very special, the New Year's specifically, because my beloved Ohio State Buckeyes. Wow. Wow. Just wow. If you watched the Ohio State Oregon game last night, unbelievable. Ohio State put everybody on notice last night that it's not going to be easy to get past them for that national championship. It's going to be a fun ride over these next few weeks. Hope you guys are doing well. And let's see here. It's been a while since I've done this. Let me think. I need to introduce myself to those of you who are new to the stream. My name is Bill DeWeese. I am a full-time professional voice talent, have been for the past 18 years. Been coaching for the past 15 years. My latest book on the topic is Get Paid Using Your Voice. Get found, get heard, and get hired. Link below to that in the description. And this live stream happens every weekday morning. Well, morning my time, but at this time, every day. It's a chance to get together for a few minutes just to share a thought, tip, strategy, something to help you get further down the road toward voiceover success. That's what this is all about. And right now, thinking about the new year. And when you think new year, what do you think of? Well, yeah, New Year's resolutions, right? I mean, who doesn't? Even if you don't do them, you probably feel the pressure to do them because everybody talks about it. Almost everybody has some sort of resolution. Sometimes they're very complicated, and there's a lot of them. And people draw out their roadmap for the new year. Others just have a few things, that they want to see happen. And then there's that minority that just tries to block out the noise and say, "Wait a minute, I just want to live my life. Don't put any undue pressure on me." But the other day, we were talking about New Year's, and I think a sensible way to approach it in a way that will help to increase your chances of success. But and I want to talk some more about that this morning. But what really got me thinking about this was this reference to Quitter's Day. Yeah, I'd never heard of it before, but I've heard it a couple of times this past week on television. The first was on CBS CBS Sunday Morning. They did a thing, a little story on Quitter's Day, and apparently the second Friday of every January is the day that most people give up on their New Year's resolutions. I mean, they've actually boiled it down to a day that most people do it, the second Friday of the new year. I saw it referenced in an Apple Watch commercial yesterday. They were talking about, using the Apple Watch as a tool to keep motivated towards your fitness goals. So a couple of references. So apparently either it's been a thing and I missed it, or somebody just made it up as a marketing tool this year. I don't know, but regardless, Quitter's Day. Be aware that 1 week from tomorrow, chances are you'll be pretty tempted to quit whatever New Year's resolutions that you've made. I want to go back and I want to touch base on something that we talked about, I think it was last week, in the build up to New Year's, regarding New Year's resolutions. And I think New Year's resolutions are a good idea. I mean, I think there's seasons, there's a flow, there's an ebb and flow of life every year. And I think, leading up to January 1st is a good time to reevaluate your life and think about, what you like, what you don't like, what you want to change, what you don't want to change, then have a sense of how you're going to accomplish whatever it is you want to accomplish. I think one of the greatest hurdles, and I want to bring us back to Quitter's Day. Why do people quit? It's not easy, right? If it was easy, there wouldn't be a Quitter's Day. But it is hard. It's hard to change our behavior. It's hard to change our way of thinking. It's hard to stick with the plan. The fantasy is always better than the reality in terms of when it comes down to actually trying to do the thing. In our mind, we build it up. It's very exciting. And then when we get down to trying to do it, we find out, that every fiber of our being is fighting out against us to go back to our old way. So how do we, if we really want to get to that place we want to get to, and let's talk specifically about voiceover, how do we do that? How do we help ensure our chances of doing that? Well, my suggestion in an earlier morning live stream, I think we talked about it last week, was just to find one thing. Think through it, and you can make it, brainstorm, come up with a list of ways that you might make your voiceover business better this year. But then find the one biggest lever. What is the one thing that you could do that would create the most positive impact in your voiceover business? I think one of the biggest mistakes that people make in trying to achieve any kind of goal is to have too many pieces. I think one of the surefire ways to make sure something doesn't succeed anything in life is to make it complicated, to have too much activity, to bolt on too many things. Make it simple. One thought, one idea, one goal, one focus and purpose. Because if you start trying to spin 10 plates in 2025 with voiceover, I can pretty much guarantee it's not gonna be pretty. It's not gonna end pretty because what's gonna happen is you're gonna find that it's hard to get those 10 plates spinning simultaneously at the same time. However, if you pick one plate that's going to have the biggest positive impact on your voiceover business, and you take your time, and you learn it, you study it, and you get it spinning, and you make sure it starts spinning really, really good to where it's almost like muscle memory. You don't have to think about it. Then you move on to the second most important thing, and you do the same thing with that. You might be surprised how much you actually get accomplished in 2025. But start with one, don't start with 5 things. Don't start with 15 things. Don't even start with 2 things. Start with the one thing. Now, that doesn't mean you'll only accomplish one thing in 2025. As a matter of fact, what you'll find is that once you accomplish that first thing, the momentum will be building at that point. You will have done the most important thing. You'll start to have a sense of excitement, a sense of purpose, a sense of accomplishment, which will then springboard you into the second most important thing, and so on and so forth. So, if I could offer one piece of advice, it would be to simplify your plan, focus on the one thing, and believe me, I've done this. I'm prepared. I am ready to rock and roll in 2025. But I've got my eye on one thing right now, one thing only, and that's where I'm putting all my effort, all my focus. And if I get to that to the point where I feel satisfied that I've got it rolling and rocking and rolling, I'll move on to the second thing. But I don't care what the second thing is right now. It doesn't matter because I haven't done the first thing yet. So find that one big goal, laser focus, keep it simple, chip away at it every day. And when 1 week from tomorrow rolls around, for you, it will not be Quitter's Day. It will be, I'm just getting started day. I'm getting ready to crush 2025 day. That's what I want for you in voiceover and in all your life, in this upcoming year. Let's do it. All right. If you haven't yet, check in on the live chat. Let me know where you're watching and listening from this morning. As is our custom on the morning stream, I like to do shout outs. Call me corny, call me silly. That's okay. Call it romper roomish, but I like to acknowledge you guys and like to see who's on. And it's fun. Some of you guys have been regulars for a long time now. It's always fun to see you guys who keep coming. And it's fun to see you guys who are new. Check in. I like to see what's going on. So take a second to do that if you would. As I wish a very happy Thursday to John in Denver. Jim, what's going on in Indiana? It's snowing in Grable. Okay, whoa. Terry, what's happening in Falston, Maryland? Nephi in Knoxville. We've got Paul in Arkansas. Love is checking in this morning. My resolution this year is to kick the hurdles that kept me in pause mode. All in for 2025. I love that. Hey, Joe in the UK, what's going on? Joe says, may your voiceover thrive in 2025. And right back at you, Joe. Thank you so much. And Love goes on to say, all possible because of the amazing skills I learned from the voiceover blueprint. Thank you for that, Love. I appreciate that and appreciate you being in the program. Jim with a good morning from Memphis and welcome back. Thank you, Jim. Good to be here. Ethan in Toronto. Rick in Minneapolis. Ron in Grand Haven. Becky also up there in the mitten of Michigan saying, nice to see your face. Thank you. Remember that old song? James Taylor song, Whenever I See Your Smiling Face, I got to smile myself. Great song. That'd be a good theme song for this morning. GS, what's going on in Longview? Jeff in Roswell, New Mexico, ground zero for all the UFO activity. Jeff, have you ever seen a UFO? Eddie, what's going on in San Antonio? Carmen, what's happening? And Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you in Gainesville, Florida. Adam, good morning in Bristol, Tennessee. Denise, checking in from Long Island. Professor Tracy in Rochester, Minnesota. Aaron in Columbia, Missouri. Alex says, retreat. Heck, I just got here. Alex, good to see you. Hey, Corey, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you in Wisconsin. Dory, what's going on? Yeah, my pleasure. Good to be here. Alex, hello to you and Happy New Year in Utah. Colin in Houston. Rusty in the UP of Michigan. Johnny says, let's go. Yeah, let's do it, Johnny. Andrew, Happy New Year to you. Johnny is checking in from Central Florida, by the way. We've got Keith in Renton, Washington. Christine, good morning. David says, welcome back and good morning from Hamilton, Ontario. Andrew in Latvia. Sandra, Happy New Year to you in Dallas, Fort Worth. Hey, Mary, what's going on in New Jersey? Happy New Year. Andrew says, Happy New Year to you and yours from very cold Devon in the UK. Good to have you back. Thank you, Andrew. Hope you're doing well. Happy New Year. Hey, Theo, happy Thursday to all from downtown Chicago. Bright and sunny skies today, accompanied by chilly temps and chattering teeth. It's good to see you again, Bill. Happy 2024. And wait a minute. It's 2025, right? Got to bring you up to the, I always have to double check myself on that kind of stuff because, not that I write many checks these days, but I still have to write checks on occasion. And I tend to either I carry the old year into the new year, or I start thinking about the new year and I start writing down the new year before the new year actually gets here. But yeah, happy New Year, Theo. Good to see you as always. M.E. in Phoenix. Happy New Year to you, Patrick in Maryland. Jay King checking in from Atlanta. Thank you, Jay King. Appreciate the kind remark. Gene in Dallas, Fort Worth. Johnny, Happy New Year. Checking in from Cambridge, UK. Bugsy says, Buenos dias from Beltsville, Maryland. Bugsy, good to see you. Is your book available in audiobook? Yeah, it is. It's available in audiobook when you get, if you go below and get the digital download, you'll have an option of adding the audiobook in on that as well. Oh, let's see here. Jolie says, wait a second. Mike was terrific. However, we missed you. Thank you, Jolie. Glad you could take a deserved break. Bill, you're looking fit and healthy. Well, Jolie, I'm glad I pulled the wool over your eyes. Oh man, I'm healthy. I am very healthy. Fit, that's debatable, but we're going to work on that for 2025. Gail, working on my first ACX book. Gail, fantastic. I've got a bell to ring for you. This is a new bell. This is a big one. It's a loud one. I don't know about you, that hurts my ears, but it's a nice one. It's a big one. By the way, this is courtesy of John Connell and Rhinebeck, New York sent this to me as a holiday gift. So the sweet sound of success for you, Gail. Congrats on that book. Adam says, my friend said quitting smoking was easy. He's done it 27 times. Yeah, I laugh, but yeah, no, I get it. Andrew says, that's awesome, Gail. Joy, hello, Bill. Welcome back. Thank you, Joy. Happy New Year. Hope you're feeling better. I am. Thanks. It's weird. I got pretty sick a couple weeks ago, and it worked its way around the family. And I've got a theory that it starts with my grandkids. They just live a few houses down, so they're here all the time. And so what's going to happen now is they're going to go back to school, and they're going to pick up some funk in school, and they're going to bring it back, give it to me, and then we're just going to start the whole circle again. The circle of life. I don't know about you, but in Southfield, Michigan, we're cloudy and freezing at 28 degrees. Well, Joy, here we've got 23. Yeah, that's a bit nippy, isn't it? Adrian, New Year's greetings from Birmingham, Alabama. And it's Kirsten checking in Georgia. Sandra in Worthington, OH, Bucks gave the Ducks a quack up. Yeah, they sure did. Wow. They came out on a tear yesterday. It was awesome. Jim says the comfort zone fights for its territory, and we have to fight back to get anything done. That's true. It's like having a big elastic thing tied around your waist. And when you're trying to move away from the comfort zone, it's like a big rubber band. It just wants to pull you back. So overcoming that initial pullback, always a challenge, no doubt. Andrew says it's like the Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule. That's right. Focus on the 20% that's going to give you 80% of your results. I really believe, I live that. I believe that is so true. Let's see here. Where did I leave off? Man, a lot of you guys on today. Good to see you guys. Where am I at here? Okay, Denise, Quitter's Day. Now I'm getting closer to my goals day. Fantastic. James, good morning. Brian in Atlanta checking in with best wishes for the new year. This will be my VO year. I have big, big plans. Love it. Love it, Brian. Timothy says, good morning from Altoona. Started the year today with a job in my inbox from a repeat client. Let's go 2025. Tim, that's what I love to hear. Jack in Gettysburg. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, Jack. Johnny, it's a brisk 50 degrees here in Central Florida. Dylan from Florida, good chilly morning. It's Thomas in Santa Rosa, new to VO, still working on recording space. Fantastic, Thomas. Good to have you here. Brian says, thanks, Bill, from Chicagoland area. My Pro Tools DAW is my hang up right now. You know, Pro Tools is one of the most complicated pieces of software I have ever dealt with. Let me just give a quick record. I know you didn't ask for my advice, but I'm going to give it to you anyhow. Get a DAW that's easier to work with. Unless if you're a Pro Tools expert because you worked in music production over the years, then you already know it. Don't worry about it. But if you don't know Pro Tools, do not start with it because, man, talk about making your path more complicated. That will do it. It's great. I mean, it's great software for music production. It's very complex. It's far more for voiceover. It's just way, way too much stuff. Nancy in Yankton, South Dakota. Lynette. By the way, there are those out there who say you're not a pro voiceover talent unless you use Pro Tools. That's, we talked about crazy comments. That's a crazy comment. That's insane. Let's see here. Nancy in Yankton, Lynette, Happy New Year to you in Sparks, Nevada. Johnny in Dillon, Florida. It's Peggy in Phoenix, Arizona, and it's 45 degrees, which for them, of course, that's freezing, right, Peggy? When you're used to the heat, you got that thin blood. Randy, what's going on, Randy? Good to see you. Buckeyes looking good. Yeah, they were, weren't they? My goodness. Love that. And good to see you, Randy. Hope your New Year's off to a good start. Theo says, oh, yeah, it is 2025. Got to keep you up to date there, Theo. Hey, Ronnie, what's going on? Ronnie says, we appreciate you. Thank you, Ronnie. Salt, checking in from Nigeria. Good to have you here today. All right, Scotty. Ronnie says, hook 'em horns. Uh-oh. I think Ronnie's looking for a fight here. Well, we'll have one here very soon very soon. So it's going to be fun. I love, by the way, I love this iteration of the playoffs, the expanded edition. And it just makes things so much more exciting. Rudy, first time here. Rudy, welcome. Welcome to the live stream. Good to have you here. Jim says 80-20 exists in freelance work generally. I used to hear from writers groups. Yeah, but I think it works in every area of life. Hey, Ali, how can those who have yet to ascend into the echelons of voiceover work when AI is being accepted rapidly? AI is not going to be, if you don't succeed in voiceover, it won't be because of AI. It's being relegated, at least to this point, to people who just aren't willing to pay to begin with. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. And Happy New Year to you as well, Ali. Thank you. Hey, Tom, lurking from Indianapolis. Just finished 3 commercials this morning and moving on to an audiobook. Tomorrow is a directed session during your show. Man, Tom, you're busy. I love it. What a great way to start the new year. Jim would love to see Ohio State beat the Penn State Nitwit Lions. Okay, that's not. We're not gonna start a verbal battle here between members of our morning live stream. But not that I disagree with you, but I'm just saying. Wally back in Maryland, looking forward to 2025. Happy New Year from Holland. All right, guys. Hey, again, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Have a great day, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.